the Hario V60 ceramic pour over cone. I don't know if that's what it's really called, but that sounds about right. Hey guys, my name is Sadie and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you're watching this video. Today's video is one that probably nobody asked for, but I have been watching a ton of, and this is GQ's series of 10 things I can't live without. Now, I am in no way affiliated with GQ, but I'm just making this video on my own to share with you 10 random things in my life that I use almost on a daily basis and that I quote-unquote can't live without. GQ has done this series of videos with a number of celebrities, musicians, influencers, internet personalities, and I am none of those things, but I am here to tell you about the 10 things that I can't live without. And in today's video, I won't really be talking about beauty, makeup, or skincare products. If you are interested in hearing my favorites from this year for those categories, I'll leave links to my videos I've done down below. But these are just other sorts of things in my life that I use almost on a daily basis. So without further ado, let's get into the 10 things I can't live without. Okay, my first thing on this list of 10 things I can't live without, this is probably the thing that I am reaching for almost as much as my phone throughout the day, and that is my AirPods. My AirPods are in this cute little Hello Kitty case. But yes, almost everyone in this series has some sort of headphones on their list, and my headphones of choice just so happen to be the AirPods as of lately. When it comes to working out and listening to music or a podcast while I work out, or if I'm just cleaning around the house and I want to be listening to something or doing the dishes, I just need my AirPods for all of those occasions. I am definitely a fan of these smaller in-ear headphones as opposed to the larger over-the-ear headphones. And yeah, you know what these are. They're headphones. I can't live without them. And the only issue that I have been having with these lately is something that I feel like becomes an issue on like every Apple product I buy, but it is just about the battery not seeming to last. Not in the charger case, but in the headphones specifically. I've had these for about 2 years now, and I just feel like they will die without actually being out of battery, so I'm not sure what's the deal with those. Maybe I need to get an upgrade, or if you have a suggestion of other in-ear headphones just like these AirPods, let me know those too. Yeah, headphones. Who can live without them? I don't know. Not me. Alright, the next thing I can't live without, this is kitchen and cooking related, and it is this right here. This is my Thermapen. This is the MK4. This is an instant read thermometer. You see, the little pen just comes out here. And this right here was actually a gift from family for graduation, and it is never something that I would think of buying myself, but ever since I have had it, it has just become an absolute essential in the kitchen. This is an extremely accurate instant read thermometer. It takes any of the guesswork out of cooking meat. For me, I'm always worried, you know, I don't want things to be too dry, but also no one wants to eat undercooked meat, so this is just perfect for finding the right temperature to know right when to stop cooking, that you can still keep the juices and whatever it is that you're cooking, but know that it's the safe temperature to eat. This is also great if you are a baker and you like to temper chocolate. That's not me, but also recently I made some millionaire shortbread and I was making the caramel layer, and this was also really essential for that. This is definitely more of an expensive tool to have in your kitchen, but I am so happy that I have it now, and I really use something like this every time I'm cooking, so almost every day. And yes, there are other brands and thermometers that are very similar to this, but I don't think truly function as well as this one. And of course, it's also pink. So yes, thank you for that gift. I love it. I use it all the time. Alright, moving on to the third product. I know I said I wouldn't really mention any beauty products, and to me this is not really a beauty product. This is just a product necessary for living, and it is my #1 favorite chapstick, and it is right here. This is the Glossier balm.com. I have it in 2 different scents. This one is the mango balm.com, an old favorite, and this one I have actually just tried recently, and it is the wild fig. Both of these just smell so good and really function so well as a chapstick for me. It is just everything that I am looking for as a very dry-lipped person. It is really thick, but it is not gloopy in any way. It is perfect for overnight as well if you just want to keep the moisture in your lips, because I know I very often wake up with dry lips. and these are just my number one go-to have to have lip balms. These two right here have slight tints to them, nothing too intense. They have tons of scents and tons of ones without tints as well if you're not looking for that. If you are the person who is out there looking for the right lip balm for you, if you have really dry and chapped lips like I do, or if you are just feeling the brunt of winter like many of us do, this is just such a staple for me all the time. Can't live without Glossier balm.com, the absolute balm.com. Alright, my next thing I can't live without has definitely been more of a newer to quarantine type of thing. I've been really getting into burning candles lately and just having a nice scent in my room at all times, and I just love the coziness and the warmth that a candle can bring to a space. And my current favorite candle is the Cozy Nights candle, and this is from Target, specifically the Opalhouse line. I'm burning another Opalhouse candle right now actually, and that is gingerbread frosting, but this scent, Cozy Nights, is definitely my favorite. These Opalhouse candles are soy wax blends. The burn time that's listed is up to 50 hours, but I feel like I have gotten even more of a burn time out of these candles that I've tried. And this candle right here specifically is more of the holiday design, so at other times of year the label looks a little different, but this scent, Cozy Nights, is definitely my favorite that I've tried so far. The scents in this are a mix of caramel, tobacco, and bergamot. I'm definitely more of a fan of those types of richer, almost dessert smelling type of scents, or things like coffee or vanilla. Especially around this time of year, that's the type of scent I like to go for rather than something fruitier, which I prefer in the spring or the summer. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the throw of these candles. It can really make a large amount of space really smell like the scent. And if you have any candle suggestions of brands or scents, I would love to know them because I am very much into that right now. Alright, this next thing is coffee related and is my coffee maker, and I have the Hario V60. This is the ceramic cone dripper. I don't know. And I also have it above the microwave safe server right here. So if you, like me, are a fan of Bon Appetit's videos, or were a fan of Bon Appetit's YouTube videos, then you also may have watched their how they make coffee videos, and so many of them use a pour over cone similar to this. I know there are a lot of different options when it comes to pour over coffee makers, but I was really interested in trying this ceramic one specifically, and also one that was just, you know, the cone on its own. And of course I had to get it in pink, and I loved that this one came in pink. But like I said, this is the Hario V60, and Hario is a Japanese brand. They make these cones in all kinds of different materials, but I have mine in the ceramic cone, and it is just super easy to make coffee in a pour over. You just have to insert your paper filter in the top, and then however strong you want to make your coffee, that's how much grounds you should put in, and then just slowly pour water in a circular direction over the top of the grounds. It takes no more than 5 minutes at most for all of that to boil, to ground up the coffee. And I also do have a Keurig machine, which I enjoy using, but after a while from using that, I was just really looking for something that was going to give me a stronger brew of coffee, and that's why I turned to this. And also I did have a French press, but I feel like cleaning a French press is just one of the most annoying processes ever, of having to scoop out the grounds and clean the mesh. I hate cleaning mesh things, so the fact that this is just ceramic in the cone part and this part right here is glass, and it's also microwave safe, it is just the ultimate convenience. And also you can brew a bigger pot in the morning. You can always warm it up in the microwave in this microwave safe server here. So yeah, definitely my go-to method for brewing coffee. And another thing I cannot live without, and it's pink. Come on. The Hario V60 ceramic pour over cone. I don't know if that's what it's really called, but that sounds about right. Alright, my next favorite is also a coffee and kind of tea related thing, drink related, and that is my trusty oat milk. Specifically, my favorite is the original Oatly. If you are a person who prefers dairy alternative milks and who have not yet tried oat milk, what are you doing? Out of all of the dairy alternative milks that I have tried, and I haven't tried all of them, but I've tried a lot, out of soy milk, almond milk, cashew milk, oat milk has just so easily taken the spot for #1 alternative milk It is just so great in a latte or a tea latte. I feel like my complaint with a lot of other dairy alternative milks is that it's just too runny, it's just too liquidy. I know it's a liquid and that doesn't really make much sense, but I feel like oat milk has a sort of thickness, a body to it that I just really love, and I feel like gives me everything that I'm looking for in a milk. It is 100% vegan, no dairy, no nuts, no gluten. I have also tried many different brands of oat milk and I just find myself always coming back to Oatly. There are still differences in different brands for sure when it comes to oat milk, and this is so my favorite one that I've tried. They also have different versions like adjusting the amount of fat in it, but this is just the original one, and yes, I love oat milk. I can't live without it. It's also really good in cereal, which I feel like no other alternative milk is. And oats are great. Oats are good for you. Oats are good for the earth. Love it. Love Oatly. Love oat milk. Yum. Alright, these next two things I want to talk about are both actually from the same brand, and that brand is Uniqlo. These are kind of cozy clothing related items. Uniqlo is a brand that originated from Japan, but they have many locations all around the world. They are more of, I don't want to say minimal necessarily, but they kind of are minimal. There's not too many loud patterns or anything. They are just basic staples in your wardrobe, but I feel like the quality of Uniqlo clothing that I have tried has always been impressive. I also feel like they're not a brand that is constantly coming out with different styles, but kind of focuses more on the products that they put out and putting out really nice quality things, and I have never been disappointed with anything that I've tried from Uniqlo so far. The first one I want to mention are these right here, which are my slippers. These are the fluffy yarn fleece slippers, and I know that they are not the fanciest or maybe the cutest slippers, but to me are just the slippers that I am always going for in my house. Of course, they're in the color pink. But yeah, they have this yarn fleece material that's on the outside and the inside that makes it super comfy, and they also have kind of like a foam bottom to them, so they have a substantial bottom to them, which I enjoy because they're more like house shoes rather than just slippers. They're like the perfect amount of coziness, but it's also still really cozy if you're walking around in them or standing in them for a really long time. And I feel like they also have held up really well. I feel like so many house slippers that I buy just end up falling apart so fast, and I have not experienced that with these at all. Super cozy house slippers that I just love from a brand that I love. And the next thing that I can't live without, also by Uniqlo, is this jacket right here. I know it may not look like much, and it's kind of, again, kind of like Uniqlo's aesthetic. It is definitely more understated, more minimal, but something that is meant to be more of a staple in your wardrobe, and this has quickly become that. This is the windproof yarn fleece full zip hoodie, and this is actually the men's version of this jacket. They have both a men's and a women's style of this, but I actually prefer the men's version. Actually, the first time I tried this jacket was the one that my boyfriend bought for himself. He bought it in the extra large men's style, and I was really looking at the women's style for a long time, but I decided to actually go with a large men's for myself. I know I am in no way, shape, or form a large man, but I was looking for a jacket that was longer on me, one that goes like past my butt. That is definitely what I get from this size right here. This jacket is super warm. It is that yarn fleece material, and it is also windproof. It has a hood to it, and it has full zipper pockets, which I love as well. It again goes to the perfect length for me and can just give me the right amount of warmth. It's like having something like a parka, but it is not nearly as heavy. That's also what I was looking for, is something that would keep me really warm but would not be bulky, and I feel like this is in no way bulky. It's just so cozy, keeps me super warm, and I feel like even can stand up to rain pretty well. It is just so cozy. It's the jacket that I'm always reaching for, and I feel like is a perfect size for me at a men's large, and just really fits exactly what I was looking for. Super warm, windproof without being too bulky, and yeah, I just love it. Alright, my next favorite is the only fitness related thing I have on this list, and that is my long resistance bands. I bought these off of Amazon, and on the bands, the brand says freeto, Now, I'm sure there are so many different variations of these long resistance bands anywhere, but yeah, I just love these long bands for working out at home, which is pretty much where I work out all the time, even not during quarantine. These long bands are just so versatile in so many different ways, and I find myself reaching for them almost every time that I work out, no matter what it is I'm working out. They're just so versatile, can use on leg days, on shoulder days, on back days, and they're super great for recreating things like cable machines or row machines at home. There are many different weights that you can find. I know that there are also long fabric resistance bands as opposed to these rubbery materials, but you can just use them for so much. You can attach them to the leg of a couch or a coffee table to mimic a cable machine or a row machine. I just find myself reaching for them so often. And you can always build up the resistance with these by buying heavier weights or doubling up or tripling up on them even. And if you yourself are looking to build your workout materials at home, which I know a lot of people have been doing ever since quarantine has started, I think that these are such great staples. Love them, can't live without them. And lastly, the 10th thing that I cannot live without. Okay, to be honest, this is definitely kind of a newer thing to me, but I can just foresee this will be a staple in my everyday life, and I'm just so excited every time I get to use it. And it is my Quip reusable floss pick. Like I said, this is a newer product for me. I've had it for I think about a month now, and it is just like any other normal floss pick that you would use, but it's refillable or reusable. So in this little carrying case here, there is the string that is pre-fed in this little holder right here. And what you do is you open up the floss pick by pressing down on a button, and it opens up just like this, and then you feed the string through it and then just cut it right off. And I like to use just one string for my top teeth and then restring it for my bottom teeth. And it's just a super easy way to floss. To be honest, I know many of you may look down upon me. I'm pretty bad about flossing. Sorry to my dentist. Sorry everyone, I know that's probably gross and bad, but anyways, in the spirit of improving my dental hygiene, I decided to buy this product. It's kind of gimmicky, it's kind of kitschy, but you know, anything to encourage me to do flossing on a daily basis is, I'll take it, you know, I'll buy into it. And when it comes to flossing, I definitely prefer something like a floss pick over just normal floss. And also using so many of those plastic disposable floss picks is just not the kindest on the environment. So having this reusable option I think is just so cool. The little case is just, it's adorable. I love it. And with that, those are the 10 things that I can't live without. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I love my AirPods, but I've definitely been having battery issues with them and maybe looking to replace them. So if you have any suggestions of in-ear headphones just like these that you really enjoy that are maybe at a cheaper price point than AirPods, let me know about them down below. And also let me know about any of the random things in your life that you can't live without, the everyday products you find yourself constantly reaching for. I would love to hear about them. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like or a comment down below if you feel so inclined. If you haven't already, subscribe to stick around. I would so appreciate if you did. And until the next video, I will see you all then. Bye!